to be back in Gokhale Institute. And this is the first time I am on time. So last 3 occasions I was late. That's why the crowd is less today. They know that speaker will be anyway coming late. So I hope after next 10 minutes people will be coming. And this time, in fact 2 days back, suddenly my wife told her father's brother has spared. So she urgently we have to leave for Kerala. So she said, okay, we'll go. We have to go. In fact, my father-in-law's brother. So since last 1 week, she says, she used to tell me that, no, he's in the hospital. All of us have to go if anything happens. So suddenly, just a day before, she said, yes, spared, so we have to go. I said, I have committed for a talk in Gokhale Institute. I cannot afford to miss that. Because Gokhale, though I am not very disciplined person, Gokhale Institute members are very disciplined. You know how difficult it is to, especially when your wife's relative, something happens and if you are not going. Your relative doesn't matter. So I loved Gokhale Institute much more than my wife. So I went to Madiwala and asked her to board a bus. So today I was telling my colleague Muralidhar is there. Muralidhar is a senior research officer in Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. He stays nearby. So he had a plan to invite me to his house for a coffee after this. I said no, because my children are alone. I have to get back. Thank you so much to all of you for coming in this evening. I know we have a wonderful audience today here. Today's topic is slightly different from my earlier topics. This is on the telecom services and the right of consumers. All of you know that entire life of an individual in the society is centered around this particular device. More for our youngsters, even for us also, senior people, all of us, we depend on this instrument. 1 day or 1 hour, if this is missing, if the signal is not there, how much tension we are having, no? Not only for making calls, for all communications, including e-banking, including internet, for everything we depend on this instrument. So it's a very important device, very important communication technology. So what we are going to discuss today in the next 50 minutes or so, we'll be touching upon the importance of telecom sector now. Among all the industries, most important industry now is telecom industry and telecom sector. Anything happens, any policy change happening in telecom sector affect every citizen of the country, every department, every company, every agency. We'll talk about that. Then we'll talk about that. What is Telecom Regulatory Authority of India? What is its role in telecom sector? And then we will be dealing with some simple but most important regulations formulated by Trai for helping the consumers that we will discuss. And then we will be taking what are the major initiatives by Trai in this sector. And also towards the end, we will talk something about, what are the precautions when we use cell phone, what are the safeguards we have to follow. And last, we will talk, basically, you can go back and tell your younger generation about what are the safeguards you have to take when you use the internet and social networking sites. Most of our children and grandchildren are very much into internet. So that is one area where we also should be, aware what are the dangers hidden when we use net technology. So like every time I used to say this in the beginning, my lecture is not an official lecture. Trai has not sent me to talk to you. Government of India has not authorized me to send you. No, you go and address them. So whatever I speak is mine. So tomorrow if you say that I have told this, I have told that, and file a case, or somebody files a case against me, I will say I have not told anything. But notwithstanding that, I can see a very live video in front of me. There's no pointing, telling all this. Because I told, like last time, there is no privacy in this world. We do not know where there is a camera capturing us. So only thing is that only one thing can save us. Only truth can save us. Only truth can set us free. So I will not tell any lie today. I will tell only truth. But truth may not be 100% authenticated by any institution. This is based on my reading of whatever I have learned. So telecom sector. You know, we have about 89 crore, that 898 million telephone subscribers in India. How much is our population? Population about 122 crore now. Almost we are touching 122 crore. Maybe in the statistics, maybe it's around 1921 point something. But we know we are much more than the actual statistics. Out of that, 898 million people have telephones, telephone subscribers. That's 89 crore. So what an important industry, important sector. And urban 54 crore, rural 35. Wireless, that is cell phone, 867 million. That 86 crore people have a cell phone connection. Out of that, 72 crore is active. So some people take 2-3 mobile connections. One will, after taking one, they found the signal is not there. They will transfer, they take a new connection. But wireline, that is landline, is only about 3 crore, 30 million. See the difference. Just a few years back, all of us had so much of landline connections. Now all landline connections are gone. Everybody mandatorily they said, okay, we want a cell phone connection. Even senior citizens, everybody carries a cell phone now. We cannot avoid that because that is more useful, more convenient for everybody. If you see teledensity means out of 100 people, how many people have this telephone connection? Wireless is 70% and wireline 2.5%. And urban and rural, urban 140. For 100 people, there are 140 cell phone connections. And we have broadband about 15 million. If you see, in the last 10 years, there is a 35% growth in telecom sector, number of telephones, subscriptions. And the rates have come down drastically. All over the world, if you see, India is having one of the lowest tariff in the world, lowest tariff. And fastest growing mobile telephone market. After China, India is number 2 in the world, having maximum number of cell phone subscribers. So we have a national telecom policy which says that the vision is to transform the country into an empowered and inclusive knowledge-based society using telecommunication as a platform. All of you would agree with me. What is the power now? The real power not comes from money. Real power not comes from our ancestral lineage. Real power doesn't come from our own family background. Degrees we are having. Real power comes from the actual knowledge, your wisdom, the information. So much of information are floating in public domain. The power is how much information you are having, then you are powerful. Information is there. Most important is how fast you can get that information, how fast you can retrieve that information. Maybe you will learn a lot, you will know about everything, but suddenly something is asked, can you retrieve it fast? This telecommunication technology promotes easy and faster access to information. Anything happens in the state, anything happens in the country or all over the world, live we are getting the information. Whatever happening for the economy, culture, weather, climate, disaster, calamity, anything happening, that in the same point of time you will come to know. So this is an information society. When the society is information society, we cannot say that, no, I am from the old generation. I don't want to learn technology. I don't want to learn how to use an SMS. I don't want to learn how to use an internet. Then you will be fall very, very behind. You will be very behind from the society's mainstream. Knowing internet, knowing cell phone technology, knowing what is happening around is not something negative, it is something positive. You know, with your own children, your own grandchildren, many times you feel, I can't converse with them with their wavelength. You think it is difficult. In fact, it is very easy. It is not difficult. Only thing we have to attempt to know, okay, I would like to learn how to send an email. I would like to search the internet and find out what is happening around. Now we have, not only in English, we have in Kannada also. You know, we have heard about Wikipedia. Wikipedia is earlier, when we want to know something, we will go to library and see an encyclopedia. Somebody has written some 5 years back, 10 years back, that will be in the library, we will look there. Now there is something called Wikipedia. For anything, people are writing. If about Gokhale Institute of Public Affairs, I can write in Wikipedia, entire thing, and entire people all over the world, they can see in real time. If with the same video, we can do a podcast from here itself, somebody in Australia, somebody in South Africa can listen to my lecture here in Gokhale Institute in that place. And it's not very costly also, not at all costly. With Murali was in BSNL for a long time, they all know, because all these fiber optics and direct connection through fiber to the home and institutions, we can listen, we can watch whatever is happening anywhere in the world. So let us not fall behind saying that, no, I have a mental block, I don't want to learn internet, I don't want to learn cell phone technology. We should not. Every minute of us is valuable. Every day of us is valuable. Every year of us is valuable. No age, there is no limiting factor for any age. If you have a very patient son or grandchildren, or go to a very good computer center, sit for 2-3 hours, you can learn about what is internet, how to use internet, how to send email, everything. And I'm sure all of you must be knowing that. 3.21 lakh crore is invested in Telecom, capital employed. And our 3G spectrum auction alone got 1 lakh crore in 2010. And our share in GDP is going to be about 3.3% by 2015. And the most important, mobile telephone industry generated 3.6 million jobs. And BPO industry, we are in Bengaluru, we know BPO industry is thriving through telecom sector. All the jobs across the world we are doing from Bengaluru through this broadband, telecom connectivity. So sitting in Bengaluru, we can do all the outsourcing service required by any other company all over the world. IT BPO industry employed 7.3 million persons in 2008-9. And there was a plan, 5-year plan of Government of India, emphasized telecom sector, what are things to be done in the last 5 years. And most of these things we have achieved. Already we have crossed 600 million telecom subscribers, 200 million rural connections, and telephone connections on demand we are already achieved. Broadband connections on demand we have achieved. To provide 3G services, it is slowly coming up. To facilitate introduction of mobile TV, it is going to come up. provide broadband to all schools, health centers, like our public call booth earlier we had. We will, that will be going to come. Everywhere there will be a broadband centers. Anywhere you can walk and do use the broadband. And the capital employed, public sector 81,000 crore is invested, and private sector you see the 2,39,000 crore. That shows how important this sector is. Private sector companies are competing to invest in telecom sector. Now the employees you see. In 2007, one employee had been appointed for every 193 employees in public sector companies. For 193 customers, there were one employee in 2007. Why I am saying 2007? Because that is a time we had mainly public sector, no private players. Later on, private sector players have come. There is one employee for 2,110 consumers. 90 lakh crore investments in project by private sector in 2010-11. Around 80 lakhs during the same period. And BSNL has a staff strength of 2,71,000 officers and staff put together. I'm telling all this data. There is some meaning to this. You can also guess why I'm telling all this data. Tele-density, if you see, 78 all over India. That means 100 people, there are 78 connections. Delhi, 238. For 100 people, there are 238 connections. Assam, 46. Karnataka, 97.22. We are 6th in the country. Market share, if you see now, see the change. Earlier I was giving the statistics where PSUs up to 2007 government was the player. Now 85% share in telecom, mobile subscribers, cell phone subscribers is private sector companies. And government has, or PSU has only presence of 11%. See the trend in the last 5 years. 5 years, this is a trend. Karnataka, if you see the last line, March 13, 5 crore 29 lakhs cell phone connections. And 24 lakhs landline connection. See, 5 crore is a cell phone connection. Just 24 lakhs landline we are having in Karnataka. See the trend for over a period of time. Now, what is the social impact? Why we require cell phone technology in a large scale all over the country? You know, all the measures which have been taken place in the Rural Development Ministry, public distribution system, banking system, lot of transparency have come right now. There is something called financial inclusion. More people from the villages should get bank accounts. More money should be transferred to the bank accounts. You know, all these projects of UID and all these projects which have come. Everything through a structure of telecommunications. All these services will be coming. So why earlier days a person has to come to a district collector or district collector's office from the faraway village to get to know when is the subsidy coming, when is my pension, my senior citizen pension is coming, unemployment pension is coming, or whatever subsidies. Now it is available in the tip of, if the person has a mobile phone in the village, the farmer, he can know when that money is credited to the bank account. This technology is available unless and until we spread this technology to villages. We cannot have the real power. I told you the information is the power. Earlier days, some new scheme is announced in the budget. Nobody knows what happened to the funds. They will say, okay, this Jawahar Rozgar Yojana or this urban renewal mission, this is coming, that is coming. Ultimately, villages were never getting anything. They were not knowing. So they have to go helter-skelter here, this place, that place, and ask the people, what is that? I heard something in the newspaper. What is that? Now, all the departments of central government, they have dedicated websites. In each website of each department, new schemes, what are the new steps taken by the ministry, it is written in the website. Website contains telephone numbers, contains email numbers and email IDs, and you can always interact with them and send the complaint directly. Earlier people don't know where I have a grievance, where I should send a complaint. They say Right to Information Act, this act, that act, but where? I don't know. Now, each department has a website, it is very clearly written what you have to do. Because of this, all the middlemen, whoever is the agents and sub-agents, they cannot cheat public. So one instance, the passport, in fact my passport got expired. And normally I used to get this Talkal passport, since we are in the rank of joint secretary, we can get in bypass and get it within 24 hours passport or 48 hours, whatever time, if you give the details. The police verification will be later. So what I thought, this time there is no immediate requirement for getting a passport immediately. I'm not going anywhere. I thought I will apply as an ordinary citizen and apply for passport as an ordinary citizen through online. Got an appointment. Went there on a day, stood in the queue, long queue, went inside. Within 3 hours, my work was over there. Went as an ordinary citizen. On the third day, I get a communication in my mobile as well as email saying that your passport is processed. And 5th day, I got my passport through speed post. It is very good to criticize the country. This is it's a fashion now. Fashion and passion to criticize India for anything. Basically happens those children who have gone abroad and worked somewhere as NRIs and they come back. Hey, what is this country? Nothing will happen in this country. Such a bad country. But nobody can you tell me any other country in the world which has grown like this so fast? A country with some 70% of people are still in villages. Almost to that extent, they are agriculturists, they are farmers. There are about 16, I think around 6 national parties, around 60 state parties, more than 4,000 other parties. So many religions, so many communities, so many languages, and the thousands of dialects, so many regional conflicts, tribes, caste, subcaste, still achieving this. In fact, India is the real superpower. Many other countries they might have achieved because what is the population? They were not doing anything with the 122 crore population. We had a literacy rate of about, I think about 21% or some 24% when we were getting independence, 1947. And what is our literacy rate? Close 70. Now, this is the miracle of democracy, miracle of this country that we have achieved. So there is so much we can appreciate our country. It is always easy to criticize politicians, easy to criticize bureaucrats. But when we look at, we'll find out we had some very good politicians, very good bureaucrats, very good leaders, as well as basically coming from the people. They are part of the people. That is sincerity and dedication that has taken this country forward. Now, what is Trai? Why the Trai has come? I told you, I gave statistics. Now, earlier it was by government, then PSUs. Now, 85% of telecommunications are under the control of private sector. Then what is the control of government? Because cell phone is very important. Through cell phone, through internet, through telecommunication, lot of very important documents and data is being transmitted. So, somebody should have a control over what is happening. They should not cheat the public. See, in my mobile bill comes. 1 paise or 5 paise, there is a difference in one call which I have made. I don't bother. But when there are almost 90 million customers, if there's a small mistake or deliberate attempt in the software in billing, how much of money is being taken away from the public? So tariff related, consumer grievances and policies, security policy. There should be some government regulatory authority should oversee that. For that, Trai was established in 1997 through an act of parliament. So Trai's mission is to create and nurture conditions for growth of telecommunication in the country in a manner and at a pace which will enable India to play a leading role in global economy. How to make telecommunication sector competitive and get lowest price for the customers. This is a structure of Trai. We have a chairman, 2 full-time members and 2 part-time members. They are called the Telecom Authority. Assisted by secretary, principal advisors, joint advisors, deputy advisors, and senior research officers. The power of Trai authority is 1. Recommend the need and timing for introduction of new service provider. Should we give license to a new telecommunication company now? Or whether we have enough? Or we need more in this circle so that we can have less shortage. These are decided by Trai. Recommend the terms and conditions of license to service provider. Ensure technical compatibility and effective interconnection between service providers. Regulate arrangement among service providers for sharing their revenue because many telecommunication companies, they don't have pan-India presence. So they'll share towers, share technology and interface between different circles. So they have to divide the profit also. All these will be regulated by Trai. And they can recommend revocation of license if they are not following the rules properly. And protect the interest of the consumers. Very important. That is one important role of Trai. For this, Trai monitors the quality of service and conduct periodic survey. Inspect the equipment used by the telecommunication companies, whether it is right, whether it is as per standard. Now, last 1 year, Trai has opened regional offices as a pilot project. So far, regulator was sitting only in Delhi. Then it was decided as a pilot project, let us ascertain how telecom rules have been followed by the telecommunication companies. So Trai is in charge of telecommunication services, including internet service providing, FM broadcasting, and also cable services. So how telecommunication companies are following the rules properly? Try start regional offices across the country. In Bengaluru region, we are Kerala and Karnataka is in this region. Our job is ensuring compliance of tariff-related guidelines and effective monitoring of retail, tariff of telecommunication, broadcasting and cable services, proper coordination with the service providers, monitoring of quality of service and handling of consumer grievance, organizing open house discussion and consumer advocacy meetings, doing survey and audit with the help of independent companies, organizing consumer workshops, and monitoring mobile number portability, commercial calls, etc. So how we are monitoring quality of service? When we use the cell phone, many times we know that cell phone signals are coming low in some areas. When you take a connection, they will say, no, it is available everywhere, you get a very good signal. So believing that you take a connection. But how to check up are they're having right signals everywhere, as they promised. So Trai has selected certain independent companies. These companies will have equipments. They will travel across that area with this equipment. And they will monitor and they will record whether, as promised, there is signal in this area or not. Then they will submit report to us. Based on this report, we will issue directions to these companies. Like the survey. Many times we know whether we are happy or unhappy with the service of this particular company. For that, we have selected some private companies. These companies will go once in 6 months, collect data scientifically from a sample of subscribers. They have a detailed questionnaire. They will collect data about how was your service, how did they handle your grievances whenever you approach the telecommunication company, your quality of service, what are the services you are getting, are you getting any unsolicited commercial calls, are you getting some value-added services without you asking for it. All this data they will collect, and then they will compile a statistics and send to us. Now, certain regulations I will quickly go through. Very important. When you go and take a connection, many times agents will say, don't give any copies and proof, I can give you a connection. That days are gone. Many times that without giving any proof of application, some agents used to give the connections. What was the result of all those things? Most of the crimes happening now in the country, all over the world, how they are getting detected? Tell me. All these are through tapping, or in the sense tracking the mobile connection they had and their transaction they had. Most of the crime have been solved through tracking their mobile devices and where did they use, to whom they interacted. And many times what happened, when somebody transferring from one place to another place, he will hand over that mobile to somebody. Okay, you take my connection, I have an extra connection, you take like your gas connection and all these earlier days. Give it to another person. Very risky. If that person commits a crime, you will be pulled up. It is very difficult for you to say that no, that is I have not used that phone, somebody else used the phone. So it is very strictly, there is something called Telecom, term cell of Department of Telecom. They conduct inspections. They found lakhs of subscriptions have been given by private, unscrupulous people to terrorist elements and others for using the connection for dubious purposes. Many times what happens when we catch a terrorist, when we catch a big criminal, we can see he's having 20, 25, 30 connections with him. He will go to any agent, sub-agent, and get a connection in different names. That's why whenever you give even your telephone bill, original telephone bill, be careful. Many times the postman will put it in your box and leave it. Take it. If you don't want to destroy it, with your that telephone bill, you can approach any agent and get a connection. That's the proof. Photographs. You should be very, very careful when you have so many photocopies of your passport size photographs and leave it here and there. When somebody asks you, I want for passport, I want for this many photographs, you ask them how many photos really you require. Only that you should take. And the balance you should take it back. If possible, you have to be very careful about this type of whenever you give address proof to somebody. Cell phone is very important for any terrorist, any crime, for any criminal. Cell phone is very important, but he doesn't want it to be in his name. So be very careful that you are not misused, your identity is not misused. For that only that department said that you should give a form, customer acquisition form, when you take a mobile connection with all the photograph and original documents. And when you do that, you will get a startup kit like this, which contain a SIM card, a mobile number. That number will be allotted to you. Information about the type of connection, is it a prepaid or postpaid? Information about a consumer care number. See, this number is very important to get any information and to give any grievance, file any grievance, or ask any doubt. This consumer care number of your service provider is very important. This is given to you at the time when you take the connection itself. And there is some general information for general inquiries also. And also appellate authority details. Okay, now I approach the call center, they could not solve my grievance. Where should I go next? Many people are not aware. In fact, I gave a talk in Bengaluru Doordarshan, as well as in Trivandrum Doordarshan. I had a live program, phone-in program. Most of the people, they are saying they were not knowing about appellate authority. Where to go, they don't know. So there is a system in place. You have to follow that system. And there's something called Telecom Consumer Charter. What are the rights and what are the duties you are having as a telecom consumer? This also will be given by the agent. Wherever you buy the connection, they have to give this charter to you. There were 4 types of vouchers. Plan voucher, that means the connection when you take, that is the key voucher, the basic the voucher about your subscription. Second is the top-up voucher, that is the amount. For what amount you are getting that card charged. Then special tariff voucher for special tariffs. If you are going for any special tariff, as per the schemes of the provider, special tariff voucher is there. Combo voucher for different services together. So different vouchers are there that they have to give it to you. And we have brought some copies of consumer handbook to you. In fact, this year, for the first time, we have translated. Because so far, it was only in English. When the Trai chairman came to Bangalore, I gave a request to him, sir, why don't you allow us to print it in Kannada? So after reaching Delhi, immediately he agreed and he sent a letter to us. And we translated, which was very painful to get the correct Kannada translation for many, many words. We translated and prepared a Kannada handbook. So we got some copies with us today. After once the meeting is over, you can collect it from Mr. Muralidhar. He will get your signature and you can collect the consumer handbook, which contains all these things in a very simple language. So there is a top-up voucher, and it should contain total amount charged, processing fee, administrative charge, taxes deducted, total available monetary value. This should be told to you the moment you take a connection. For special tariff vouchers also same thing, combo vouchers also, they should give all the details. So up to 10 rupees, that means minimum of 10 rupees you can get a voucher. So sometimes you want to give it to your child. You want to take a connection and give it to him for a very limited purpose. For that, for 10 rupees top-up voucher also can be done. We can add 10 rupees. And after making a call, after sending an SMS, you can get these 3 things in your mobile through an SMS. Duration of your call, charges deducted, and balance in account. All the prepaid customers will get this message. What is the duration and what is the charge and how much balance available. For the postpaid customers also, you can get the detailed bills every month. Prepaid customers also can ask for a bill. For past 6 months, you can ask for a bill. Suddenly, you want to know, lot of money has gone from the cell phone. You don't know how it happened. Who has used this mobile phone. You can ask for last 6 months statement from the telecommunication company. For a charge of 50 rupees. There's a charge for that, 50 rupees charge. Maximum, they can charge 50 rupees for getting 6 months bill. Now, if you are not happy with the present scheme of that provider, you can go to another scheme after meeting the company office. Now, this is one big nuisance now. Early morning, night, midnight, you get these SMS and calls from credit card companies, bank companies, all real estate brokers. Trai has put very strong regulation in this, and very simple regulation. If you don't want any commercial calls, you don't want any commercial SMS, just type start, S-T-A-R-T in your mobile and space followed by 0 and dial it to 1909. Very simple. Start, space 0 and SMS to 1909. Within 7 days, all these things will get stopped. Because in fact, you'll get a message, are you send it, are you confirming it, you have to say yes. Within 7 days, all the commercial calls and SMS will stop. Now, if you want only partially, you want all banking related things, or if you want all health related thing, education related thing, you are partially, you can block. There is some numbers given for each. That number, start space 0, start space 1 to 1909 for banking services alone. Then start space 2 for real estate transaction alone. So many people are not aware of this. I know very senior officers in government, very professors of IIMs and IITs, even they are still getting these messages. They are saying, oh, what to do, I don't know. Government has put in these regulations. It is in the public domain. It is there on the website. That is what I said earlier. Information is power. Ignorance is not a bliss anymore. It's not an excuse that I don't know anything. No. Ignorance of regulation also not an excuse. We will become a mediocre person if you are not getting information, if you are not accessing information. So you should go to the website and find out. These are all available in the public domain. So if the customer receives again this commercial message after 7 days of registration, he can register a complaint with his service provider within 3 days of receipt of such UCC, that is unsolicited commercial call, by dialing or sending SMS to 1909. There is a format for that. You registered for this unsolicited commercial call. After 3 months, you are getting a message. What should you do? You forward that message, then comma, your cell phone number, then date of at what time, at what date it has come. That also you have to type it and forward to 1909. You see the third one, telemarketing SMS or calls cannot be made from a 10-digit number. If you are getting a 10-digit number like 9448955253 like that, they are not supposed to send any commercial SMS from these type of numbers. That should be starting with 140, Burli, what is that? Commercial thing, 140, some dedicated number is given, 140 continuous, or 4-digit numbers, 5522, 6623, or some 14 related, some long numbers will come. So anybody sending any commercial call or SMS from this type of numbers, normal our 10-digit number, it is a crime because these numbers are under subsidized charge. Whatever numbers we are having, no, these are all under subsidized tariff. But there are a lot of telecommunication companies, they misuse it. Real estate companies in Bengaluru, if you see, a lot of real estate brokers, all those people, they take connections like this because there is 500,000 SMS they send very low tariff. So it's also a crime. So this, anybody wants to telemarket through cell phones, they have to register with the Trai and get a separate number for that. And blackout days, whenever there is a holiday, whenever there is a very important national festival, there will be a lot of traffic. Those days, there may be either they may have they can announce in advance and they can charge more for SMS. Heavy traffic and you won't get even line at that time. All these should be informed by the company in advance to the consumers. There should be an SMS to you saying that this day is a blackout day. Whatever SMS you send on this particular day will be costing more than, or this is the rate. Now this is another nuisance. You are not asked for a ringtone, suddenly ringtone is coming. You don't ask for a particular service like astrology or anything. It is coming and start charging. This is also not allowed. You have to give a return like through SMS, through email or through fax or writing a letter for valuable services. If anything comes through, do you want the subscriber, this ringtone? You have to put yes and confirm it within 24 hours. Then only they can activate that. Even for 30 days you taken one cell phone, what you call ringtone, or 30 days you have taken one astrology, or a cricket score, or the news. After 30 days, if they want to renew it, 3 days prior to 30th day, they have to send you an SMS to you. This is getting expired. Should we renew it? They cannot renew just like that and charge you money. Now you are not happy with your existing cell phone connection. You are having BSNL. You think Airtel is very good at this area. Very good thing as government has done. You can retain the same number and you can get an Airtel connection. Very easy. You have to SMS port, P-O-R-T, then your cell phone number to 1900. When you send an SMS, you will get one unique porting code. One code will come, UPC number. With that number, you go to wherever you want to go and get the connection, go there, give your acquisition form, application form, photo, proof, everything. You can get the connection within 7 days. So you can change your connection and retain the same number, irrespective of the whatever service provider. Regarding tariff, operators to publish all tariff plans at the customer care center, retail outlets, and the website. They have to write clearly what is the charge for SMS, what is the charge for local call, what is the charge for IST. They should write clearly as a table in the consumer care center, in the office, in the website. Anytime you can see in the website, and periodically they should advertise also. And no tariff plan can be changed within 6 months of activation. Now you are taken under one tariff, you are taken a connection. Next 6 months, they cannot change the tariff. They cannot change the tariff. And all the billing complaints are audited by the metering and billing auditor on a sample basis. So they cannot really make a deliberate mischief in your billing. So there is an audit party auditing all the companies, their billing and metering system. So these are some important things like, not respond to missed calls. See, lot of messages comes, you have won a lottery for 1 crore. You want this, you want that. Yesterday I was reading newspaper, one big businessman in Trivandrum, 1.5 crore he gave it to an agent. One Nigerian person, along with one Bombay lady. They told him, no, we have one, we want some business of oil, which is used for sportsmen to get more rejuvenation or more energy. And also this is used for horses also, for horse racing. So do you want to take an agency of this or supply the oil from here and export it to other foreign countries? This fellow paid 1.5 crore as advance, a businessman. First he paid, they said 10 lakhs rupees we want, the Nigerian fellow said 10 lakhs rupees. Give 10 lakhs. Then he got a sample of oil. This oil he kept at home. Then they said, no, we want you pay 50%, then only we can give you entire 90 liters of oil. 50% money he immediately sent to the 15 bank accounts, private bank accounts in Bombay. Then finally they gave a call from Bombay, no, there is some problem. You have to pay entire amount of 1.5 crores, then only we can give you the consignment. This fellow got suspicion and paid that money, and then he went to one research lab and showed this oil. That's normal, some coconut oil or something to us. No, he filed a complaint. Yesterday, it was yesterday's news. What's yours? There are doctors, engineers, educated people. Some lottery comes. Google India, Google USA, Microsoft has selected you. This is nothing but greed, greed. So there is very difficult for the government to prevent this because these are all happening from servers outside the country, not from the servers from within the country. So we have to be careful whether we should make money like that or we should get into temptation for that. So these things also we have mentioned in the consumer handbook. Just go through this, how to make calls and all these things are mentioned in the consumer handbook. And this complaint resolution, every service provider has a complaint center. There you have to go and make the complaint, either through the IVR system, through automated telephone, or you can send a letter or a fax or go there and make a complaint. When you make a complaint, they'll give you a docket number. Please ensure the docket number is saved by you, kept by you. In case they are not attending, you can go and approach an appellate authority quoting this docket number. Consumers can also visit www.tccm.gov.in to find out the status of their complaint, what happened to the complaints. And a lot of benchmark has been fixed by Trai. Within this many days, they have to resolve the grievances. Within this much time, they should do it. Strict stipulations have been given. Now the cable TV. Bengaluru, along with other cities, have gone to digitization mode. Now we don't have that through wire the cable TV. It is compulsory that Bengaluru should have all cable connection through digital mode. So I am sure most of the cable operators have come to you and said that you have to prepare one form, fill up, and then only otherwise they will cut the connection. So Bengaluru, we have already implemented that. Information and Broadcasting Ministry is implementing. Not Trai is not implementing. We have only recommended that everybody will have only digital connections. Earlier, so many connections where the government was not getting any taxes also, because all illegal. And also the quality of the connections were wrong, not good. And thirdly, what we wanted, we won't get. Now it is a la carte, like you go to a restaurant and order whatever you want. Cable also like that. Whatever channel you want, you order. Each channel there is a price fixed. And some channels are free also. So that is a digital mode. About National Broadband Plan, the government's aim is to have broadband all over the country. For that, the National Optical Fiber Agency has been set up by Government of India now. And something like mobile TV is coming in a large scale now onwards. You don't have to go and watch the TV, your favorite serials. You are going out somewhere. So in the mobile, you can watch your serial. Or news. You are traveling. You can put your earphone to the ear and then watch your favorite news, favorite serial, movies, everything. So that is going to come very fast. Private FM broadcasting is also licensed, is given by, recommended by Trai. And you talk about infrastructure, I told you about 90 crore cell phone subscribers we are having. We are number 2 in the world. But it is sad to say that almost 85% of telecom equipments we are importing. We are not manufacturing our own, See, so how much work we are having in telecom sector? This cable deadline was, I think, December 31st? March 31st. So we said all of you should go for the digital mode. But set-top boxes were not available. We were saying it is coming from Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, or China, all these places. Such a small device like set-top box, we could not manufacture in the country. We could not promote that industry. So I was telling last time when I was talking to Chamber of Commerce, I was telling the business, the Karnataka FKCCI, I was telling them, you have to take up these type of things. And Bengaluru has a lot of potential. We have an IT industry, booming IT industry. Why not have a lot of industries coming up in telecom sector? A lot of industries. Why do you want to import everything from outside? How much employment we get our people? With 90 crore subscribers, we are importing 85% of our equipments from abroad. Next is green telecom. See, we have ICT sector worldwide is responsible for 2% of global carbon dioxide emissions. So far, whenever people say climate change, what is climate change? It's all big, Ford or somebody said, don't bother about these things. Now we understood, Bengaluru itself, we are having temperature more than 2 degree, 4 degree compared to our, see, when I used to come earlier to Bengaluru, at least 8 months of the year, we need a half setter in Bengaluru. Now, even in December, we don't require setters in Bengaluru. And we need air conditioners in Bengaluru. So climate change is fast catching up. And all this happening because of carbon dioxide emissions. And now 90 crore people have cell phones. And we say, no signal. Why you are not saying no signal? Because no towers. Why there is no towers? When the tower is fixed, we say, no, don't have any tower nearby house. Then how we can have signal? So we need towers and technology which is environment friendly. Average 8,760 liters of diesel every year per tower. One tower is consuming 8,760 liters of diesel. So then imagine how much pollution coming. So we need lot of code of practice to be developed by the telecom companies. That is one important thing which must have been taken with the help by DOT, Department of Telecommunication, is that share the tower. Earlier it was like that Reliance will have one big tower. The next side, other person, Vodafone will have a tower. Next is BSNL tower. 3-4 towers in the same locality. So much of investment. Now, government has taken an initiative to tell the companies, share the tower. The same tower, if Reliance is set up the tower, let Reliance rent it out or lease it out, part of it for other companies and get the money. So that way we can reduce the number of towers and number of whatever. If at all there is any radiation, that also can be reduced. So what are the challenges? We have only 34% connections in rural areas. We have to improve our connections in rural areas. We have to have more through mobile, our educational services, health services, agriculture. Lot of all these services, agriculture subsidies coming up. All this message should come through our mobile phones. Education. We don't have to go to college. There is one university I forgot the name of the university. It is only through virtual mode. It is approved by most of the US universities. It's a US university. They have hundreds of courses. In fact, my wife also did one course from Cardiff University. She did one specialized course she did. We went there. Otherwise, everything was through the material. It was so tough. Online, the test will come. You have to sit there and immediately answer. You don't have to go to college. You don't have to spend money to go to some abroad. So all these things are going to happen through these mobile technologies, our telecommunication technology. So a lot of minor issues are there, which one by one Trai is taking up, Department of Telecommunication is taking up. And why this BSNL, BSUs? They are the sole operator in villages. Because no private sector wants to take up that job. This type of tough job, nobody wants to take it up. Private sector wants only money, profit. We can always criticize government. Government, modernize, liberalize, privatize. It is a big fashion now to tell privatize. No, I am not criticizing private sector. But I am saying the commitment, the ethical values, the commitment towards society at large, villages, can come only from a government agency. As a Trai, we are neutral. We are not favoring BSNL or Airtel because all of them are our clients. But I would say that government and PSUs have a very important role to play to really safeguard the interest of the consumers. So all this have to be done. Lot of challenges are there for Trai and Department of Telecom. I am not going to that. Then something I told in the beginning, I will say a little bit about the cell phone precaution. This is also not a regulation of Trai. Nothing to do with the Trai. But I am just conveying you, sharing the information which I gathered from Department of Telecommunication website. You can also go to the website. What they say, if you have a choice, use a landline or land phone instead of a mobile phone. That's what I say. Why it is said? Limit the length of mobile calls to the minimum. Limit the length of mobile calls to the minimum. I can see people talk hours and hours. Now we cannot travel in the Volvo buses now. Train you cannot travel. That fellow doesn't know that we are listening to every bit of his conversation. Hours and I was traveling by Volvo bus to some station. Entire night fellows are speaking from there, here, there. Limit your conversation in mobile phones. Hold the cell phone away from the body to the extent possible. Putting phone here itself is a risk. You are not supposed to put mobile even in the pocket this side. These are all not regulations or rules. Based on certain studies, this can be refuted also. I am not saying this is 100% correct. There may be some studies refuting no radiation. We are not talking about tower radiation, we are talking about cell phone radiation. Do not press the phone handset on your head. Some people you can see like this, they press it like this. Don't press. so much. Even if somebody listens to other person, it doesn't matter. Your health is more important. It is said that radio frequency energy is inversely proportional to the square of the distance from the source. So more it is close, more radiation. Use the cell phone when the signal is good. Many times that is the main problem for us. Signal is not there. In our house, these 3 rooms, no signal. This place, balcony signal will be there. No. So lot of death has happened because of the cell phone. No. With this will go and go stand somewhere and. So when there is no proper signal, don't use the mobile phone. How people survived before? People have survived at that time also, but without cell phone also. No. Avoid movement while calling over mobile. This I used to do whenever you go for walking, because my house minute signal is not there. So when I do my morning walk in now, that for 45 minutes to 1 hour, that is the time I make all calls. That's also wrong. I am walking, that signal fluctuation will come, and between the buildings also signal will not be there. Now, where to store your mobile phone while you are out? I was thinking, I think tailors should devise some pocket somewhere this side. Now, I don't know why the shirt's pockets are always here. I was thinking, should I get some sort of suit made with a pocket this side? I don't think my wife and everybody will start laughing. But I think all of us should go for such dresses where pocket is there will be a pocket here, not here, and how the mobile here. And gents, youngsters, you cannot put mobile here also. Young males. They say radiation will affect your productivity. So, though there is no scientific study that mobile phone cause headaches, excessive use will not be healthy. Reduce mobile phone use by children, as they would tend to use it for longer hours. We can only advise. My mother has my two cell phone my mother is having. She gets more calls than me. If I go home also, continuously the mobile will be ringing, and she has a pacemaker also. But still, it's a necessity for her right now. But cell phone, very dangerous. Connect to the call and then bring it near to your ear. There will be more radiation at the time of reception. So sometimes we will dial and just keep ring will be going on, and we will just keep the phone there. No, we should not do that. Dial it. See at the time when the other person picks up, take to your ears. These things I am telling you because it was in the DOT website, government website. Otherwise I would not have told you this, saying that okay. But certain things will not come in the public domain. We are all experienced persons than me. Why? Certain information will not come in public domain. But this is an opportunity for you to understand these things, and let us tell others also about it. This is the last point I would like to say now. Another 5 minutes I will take. This is to be told to your children and grandchildren. Okay, they are always on Facebook, Twitter, or in those networking sites. Very good. Facebook is a wonderful thing. A lot of information. I have Facebook account with a lot of friends. A lot of exchange of information. But tell your children, use it for the good purpose. Anything you write in Facebook, comment in Facebook, even if you erase from your Facebook account, it is always there in the Facebook server. You cannot permanently delete it. Even mobile also. So your messages, this I think I told last time to you, mobile messages can be retrieved. Even if you delete it from your mobile, take this mobile to a mobile forensic lab. All your messages you have sent 3 years, 4 years back also can be retrieved. So many education institutions check the Facebook history of the students. When they go for higher studies after 3 years, 4 years, they will check up the Facebook history of the student. Most of the employees check the Facebook before selecting an employee. FB data of viewers can tell about how much time you have spent. In FB, what are the posts you have put? Who are your friends? What ideas you supported? Very important. Some ideas will come, some forward will come, Manmohan Singh, head this way, some sari like this, and all. You will also say like. No? Wrong. He's a prime minister. Because some fellow who doesn't have any loyalty or patriotism to government of India, writing something against a politician or ministers, We are not here immediately to, okay, good. This is like whatever you put it in Facebook, that is as if you are speaking to somebody. Manmohan Singh or ministers, anybody can check up, okay, this person has told like this. What I'm saying, limit our, okay, we can be sarcastic, we can be critical about this. Nobody is perfect. But imagine that this is not like we are telling something over a phone, somebody nearby. It is a permanent record. Many countries have very stringent punishments for offenses related to social networking. See, in India, we have strict rule. Any message you send through mobile phone or through your Facebook or Twitter or Orkut or anything, if it is offensive, menacing, false, causing annoyance, causing inconvenience to other person, causing danger, causing obstruction, causing insult, causing injury, causing criminal intimidation, enmity, hatred, ill will, sending message to cheat, all these are punishable offense. You are writing a message is insulting, that fellow files a case under Information Technology Act, you can be booked. You can be arrested. This is existing law. It may be amended, I don't know. Maybe in future, now it is not amended. It's like this now. So tell your children, but what happened to two young girls in Bombay, no? All of you know. Bal Thackeray, when he died. Our children, they don't know. They think when I delete from the SB, when I log out, nobody will know about this. Therefore, be careful while liking, commenting or sharing anything in Facebook. And many things in Facebook are lies actually. Big message, Abraham Lincoln said like this, one message will come. The other Veerasamy from neighborhood, he only put that and put Abraham Lincoln's photo. People think, oh, Abraham Lincoln said like this. Something like Tolstoy said, internet is an excellent phenomenon. People start liking. Was there internet at the time of Tolstoy? But this type of messages will come, people think it is right. So a lot of lies also there. And don't fear the enemy that attacks you, but the fake friend that hugs you. Many times friend request will come in Facebook. You don't know the person. Many times, most of the girls will get into this trap. And boys also get into a trap. Beautiful, pretty actresses photo in Facebook. And get in this. Yesterday, one of my officer had come to me or something. He was telling, sir, my son's wedding is coming. So where is? So she is also from. Fortunately, she is from Karnataka only, but they have not met each other. They met only in Facebook. That's what they say now. On Facebook, one joke was there. In my proposal, so far we said it should be from my caste. Then they said it can be from my community. They said it can be from Karnataka. Now they say it should be at least the same gender. So that is the stage we have reached. And Facebook has absolute ownership of all our data. Internet, whatever is there. Google has also absolute ownership of our data. So we have to be careful about whatever is there. So keep your information private as possible. And I always say, a book commits suicide every time you log into your Facebook. So books, library, I went to IIM library and all, nobody takes books, nobody reads books these days. When I went to IIM, I am an alumni of IIM, and I went there, I asked, what is the membership rate now? No, for outsiders, it is 6,000 rupees for one book to take. When I went inside the library basement, I see all the books are there, not a single soul inside. They book 6,000 rupees subscription. Nobody is there to take the books. So that is the stage of our. This I thought. Most of my articles you can read in my blog, Cyber Diary. In the Google, you can search for Cyber Diary. You can read my articles in that. With this, I'll stop. Thank you so much.
Friends, we can have 5 minutes question and answer. I begin with a question from my end. We had a problem from the institution, sir. It's a cyber crime. Like whatever lectures that goes on here, it is unprotected. People can use it, copy it, and give it to others with a good intention that it's not for commercial purpose. We have left it. But what has happened? One of the Kannada.com people have used our CDs. They have given it for web to the international users, and they are telling they are paying money for the speakers, degrading them. The speakers are really innocent. They are not asking any money from anyone, but they are using this to make money by themselves without our prior permission. We did approach the cybercrime division, but we were told to go to the police, then to the COD police, but we are not of much help. These are all private people. They are not actually service providers over cell phone or anything. But it is very difficult how to regulate these kind of crimes. If there is any way in which, just like print media has a copyright act, can there be a copyright act for this electronic media also? It will help in trying to make these crimes as less as possible. I can't say it is 100% possible. To the best possible extent. If you can advise us anything in this regard, we will be extremely grateful to you, sir.
See, as I said earlier,
You can speak from
see, as I said earlier, now this is also covered under Copyright Act. All these are covered under Copyright Act. Now, if the server through which these things have been recommunicated, distributed all over the world, if the server is located in India, it is easy for the cyber crime cell to detect it. But if the server is outside the country, located outside, most of this crime, through servers outside the country, it is very difficult as of now to trace those things. Now that is why a lot of international protocols and agreements have been entered between the countries. Unfortunately, we don't have a world government. We have only different governments and autonomous governments. Now, such protocols are being entered upon, agreed upon. Once that is there, then we can even catch. Otherwise, only the state cybercrime cell, your right place only you approached. But these are very complicated. Very complicated. They will know. They will. Most of these people, they camouflage it as an academic venture, and they say, no, we are not taking any benefit out of it. But later, at one stage, they will make it as a paid this thing and sell this in the market. It is there. So most of the time, we have to be careful about these things. Now, see, earlier days when I go for any seminars, I used to carry only a pen drive. I had to put the pen drive in the system there. And several times it happened that my pen drive will have a lot of other files. It takes only 5 seconds for the entire files. When I am sitting somewhere that side, entire files can be saved. And my pen drive may have so many official things also. So later on, I thought I'll just come with my own laptop and then even sharing my PowerPoint presentations also. Earlier I used to give to wherever I go. Later I found out my presentations are coming in Google whenever the internet and different places. Maybe I am talking to this audience. I know this only to Gokhale Institute of Public Affairs members. I know the people here. I will make my presentation according to that. If I go to a college, I won't speak this way. It will be different. If I go to another institution, it will be so different. Depends on the audience, I will give my presentation. I know how responsible they are. But if it goes to a public domain, it can lead to many other situations. Now, some other people, agencies see that, they can misuse it. So I think we may have to be very, very careful in dealing with data.
You can monitor the IP address of that.
Yes. IP address can be monitored.
Then you can find out that.
At that point of time, where he has used, that is why cyber cafe. These people don't use their computers. None of those people. They will, for this purpose only, cyber cafes are there. They will go there, write some other name, they use it. Cyber cafe will not keep a register. Even if police go there, he will say, no, I don't know. Some number he has given, wrong numbers also. It's very difficult. Cable against the cable subscribers.
You can also connect with that, so that I will also combine that.
Okay.
You said you cable. Same question.
I'm a cable subscriber. Currently my demand say we don't have this channel. To whom should we be able to give complaint?
We don't have the
Complaint.
Okay, see, cable services, Trai is only a recommending authority. There is a state government, there is a cell. In the state government, Information Broadcasting Ministry from the Delhi, they have entrusted this work, all cable service related work to this state government cell.
State government, they don't know anything.
I will continue.
No, that is a very, no, I know that would be the answer. That's the right answer also. Because what happened, Trai also, I'm just adding to that. Even Trai doesn't have a mechanism as of now, because Trai says we are only regulatory authority. Enforcement should be done by the state, through the state, what is that ministry here? Nodal officer is there in state government. Definitely, see, now that this digitization has come up, this point we will take it up and we will see that some machinery is established for the cable service providers. We will do that.
Except that the operators brought out through their things, that it is going to come from the 1st April. There was no official communication at all. So public was simply had to pay. The box costed 600 rupees. He was looting 1,500 rupees. And there is something more to come in the coming months that you said you have to choose and all these things. I really do not know. An institution like Trai, why cannot they put to the public at least what is to expect that? After all, even that, the buying that imported box itself was a big game plan. It was not that this country cannot produce that and all these things. It was a game plan, they only imported it and gave it and created a court case to delay all these things, you know that.
Yes.
But the issue was, nobody was even educated
Yes.
2 months back, what to expect, what to pay, when not. Not a single
Today
receipt,
we are not educated.
nothing official about it. Whole thing was only a fishy affair.
Yes.
I'm only thought, somewhere you have got a link, try on that, if something can be done.
Definitely, see, that is why, say, this is this entire cable digitization implementation is by Information and Broadcasting Ministry, separate ministry. So we'll definitely, when we were coming to the venue, Murali was discussing with me the same thing. This is an issue where still there is no clarity in the public domain.
Without preparation of
Yes.
digitization.
Right.
They are gone for details.
Yes.
And they don't have a proper technical operators to operate. And
Yes.
it will serve to the common.
Yes.
Sir, very simple. As you told, even ITI could have taken up that.
Yes.
Now, all
Correct.
now
Right.
equivalent
Yes.
could have-
Exactly.
Sir, same thing I come to. E-banking we are having. You told mobile.
Yes.
distribution. How much security we have? You see, as you told, we'll get messages like you are $1 lakh from US, like that. So many, and 92 means whatever Pakistan from.
Yes.
status will be coming. But we don't have security. Those servers are sending to our mobile. We are
Yes.
But now in e-banking and e-governance, how we will have this security?
See, last 4 years I am using e-banking through my mobile. My bank is Axis Bank. I have not visited Axis Bank in the last 4 years. Only through e-banking I do that. Even today also I booked a ticket, air ticket. What we do is when you book the ticket, there is called net secure password is there. You have to register for that. Through online you can register. Once it is registered, moment I book an air ticket, before charging money for the bank account, I will get a message, the computer itself, saying that do you want to have the password to your mobile phone or email address? I will say send it to my mobile phone. In 2 seconds, I will get a number, password. That password I will type. Then only that transaction will go through it. So far in the 4 years, there was no problem at all. But through net secure ID is there. You have to do that. There will not be any problem at all. E-banking is perfect, but still we hear a lot of small issues in that.
Not monitoring the radiation hazards caused by the towers.
Yeah, Trai is not. It is not under the purview of Trai. It is under the purview of Department of Telecommunication. This one, Termcell. Termcell has an office in Bangalore. In fact, I had a discussion with the DAG, Deputy Director General of Termcell. What he told me, all the towers in Bangalore or Karnataka are safe. That is what Deputy Director General of Termcell said. Thus, that are all within the limits. Yeah. Any other doubt? Any other questions? Okay, thank you so much, and keep interacting with us. Thank you.
Just a minute. Friends, before giving a formal vote of thanks, I have the announcement for tomorrow's program. From tomorrow onwards, that is 2nd to 4th, we have talk by Chakravarti Sulibele on Subhash Chandra Bose. You and your friends are cordially invited. Friends, it is not necessary on my part to express again how informative and educative was the talk by Sibichen Mathews. He is a very busy person, very rare to get him in spite of his very busy schedule, and out of love, affection for all of you and for this institute. Over the years, we have taken the place of first wife. Thank you very much, sir. We will be very glad to have you soon. On behalf of the institute and on your behalf, I extend a very warm thanks for sharing us his time, his knowledge, and his information with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.